Sorry about that, babe.
What's up, guys? It's Cody, aka the Bear here, Bits and Glory, and we are back on another pickups video. This time it's going to be stuff mostly over the course of parts of May and some of June. Almost till the end of June, I guess. Where are we right now? Hold on, let me see. Yeah, we're close to the end of June right now. Some of this stuff I got earlier in the week, and the things that I have separated out that will not appear in this video will appear in the next pickup video that I might actually record today. So again, if you see me in the same outfit, that's why. Shout out to my boy Jake, who unfortunately passed away a few years ago. This is his foundation. We were friends and co-workers for about, I don't know, like 3 or 4 years. But anyways, guys, let's get to going on the pickups. We got a lot of good stuff here to cover, mostly retro. I'd say almost all of it's retro except one thing. I'm trying to think where to start here. I usually start with the strategy guides, but I think I'm not going to do that today. Let's, let's start with this. Why not? So, I also repositioned my camera so we could have a bigger editing thing to go up here. Anyway, we got Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter for the PS2. This is a game that I had disc only. I decided that I wanted it. I heard that it's very, very different from the rest of the Breath of Fire series. Hold it up a little bit closer there. That's probably the sweet spot, right? I heard that it's very different from the rest of the series, but I also heard that it's good. A lot of people said that the main issue with it that people have is that it's so different. You know, people don't like change. Admittedly, I'm one of those people, but we'll see. The price was pretty good, and I currently have the disc-only version on eBay. It's the cheapest one on Buy It Now. Go ahead, people. Feel free. So I'm happy to add that to the collection. Now I have Breath of Fire 1, 2, 3, and 4, and this complete in box, so I'm very happy about that. Alright, next it's kind of a follow-up from a previous pickup for my birthday. I had purchased a reproduction cartridge of Fire Emblem The Binding Blade on Game Boy Advance, and it came in some pretty crappy, sort of custom DS case. Well, I found a seller on Etsy that creates pretty high-quality repro boxes, and like I said before, I have no problem with repro boxes if they were for games that never came out, and this never came out in America. So I picked up a pretty good box, which fits very snugly in one of these Game Boy Advance protection boxes, and now it's going to look a lot better on the shelf as opposed to in some random DS box, right? So, happy about that. The game is still the same one from the previous pickup video, but just housed in a box. Next, I picked up a box and a manual. It's not in the greatest shape, but the price was really good, so I couldn't hesitate. And my previous loose copy of this game is now on eBay as well, much like Breath of Fire was in, I mentioned about the PS2 game. In this game is Shadowgate Classic, which is basically just a remake of Shadowgate. It's a little bit different as far as like visuals and stuff, but the game itself is basically the same. But I enjoy Shadowgate so much. I have the NES version complete in box, and I wanted to get this version complete in box. I've been on a Game Boy kick, as you guys could see, for the last few, I would say few months. I guess it's a few months. A few videos at the very least. I'm very happy to add that to the collection. The price was right. Again, the box isn't in the greatest shape. As you can see, there's a lot of wear, some creasing and so forth, but you know what? It's good enough. As long as it's structurally sound and not covered in shit, I'm fine with it. Let's kind of switch gears again. We still got a few more Game Boy games to go through, but we'll get our modern thing out of the way. And when I get these pickups, I store them away in a container that's actually hidden behind my my computer share in the shot, and I don't play anything, and I don't put anything away until I do the pickup video. So you're probably like, oh, why is it still sealed? Well, it's because once I got it, I just put it away. And that's Dungeons & Dragons Dark Alliance. This is the collector's version, which I got for like ridiculously cheap. It was like less than 20 bucks, might have been like 15 or something. Now I heard that this game's not great, but I like Dungeons & Dragons games. I really like Baldur's Gate. I played a little bit of Dark Alliance, or not Dark, is it Dark Alliance? What's the one on like GameCube and PS2 and stuff, guys? I can't remember what it's called. Baldur's Gate. I thought it is Dark Alliance, isn't it? I don't know. Anyway. This particular copy comes with a steelbook, art book, and a digital soundtrack by Wizards of the Coast, or at least published by. It looks like it's European because it's got the PEGI 16, but to my knowledge, PS5 is region free. I'm pretty sure I googled that before I bought it, so happy to add it to the collection. Very, very heavy, as you could probably expect with the steel book and an art book, but pretty cool. Price was right. I like D&D stuff, you know. Even if the game's a 6 out of 10, I'm sure I'll enjoy it a decent amount, so why not, right? Up next, we have a game that I bought primarily just for the box. I had the cart and the manual previously, which I'm now going to be selling to Jimmy, selling and trading in an upcoming deal. And that is Hydalide on the NES. So yes, I'm sure if you're familiar with, you know, bad games, so to speak, and AVGN and so on and so forth, that you're somewhat familiar with Hydalide. It's an RPG, I'll say that, and I do want to get to it. Whether or not it's going to be very good is a different story. I tinkered around a little bit way back in the day, as well as this copy, to make sure that it worked. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I owe it to you guys to play some games that aren't, you know, amazing, basically, right? Like, you can't just keep playing the good games over and over again. You gotta play the bad ones once in a while, so we'll get to that soon, but I'm happy to add that. As I said, I want to have every English, like, normal release Nintendo, SNES, and Sega Genesis RPG at some point. I'm just chipping off the list, so happy to add that. Going along with that, we have Super Hydalide for the Sega Genesis. Unfortunately, there is no manual in this copy, so I will be on the lookout for one. I almost, and there's a big P across the thing for some reason, but this was like almost $15 to $20 cheaper than the next cheapest copy on eBay. I'm trying to find a good spot here to put this so it's not reflecting shadow on my face, but casting a shadow, excuse me. I'll be honest with you, this one doesn't look that bad. Now, don't get me wrong, it doesn't look that great. Like, if you're going to be playing Sega RPGs, you're probably better off playing Shining Force or Phantasy Star or, you know, whatever, War Song, anything. But this doesn't look that bad. Honestly, it looks like it's probably the best game in the Hydalide series, at least what we got here in America. I will be on the lookout for the instruction manual. And yes, I will be getting to this, because if I start Hydalide, I'm going to be finishing it out at some point, guys. Like I said, my goal is to chronicle a bunch of series on my channel and my soon-to-be-up website. I used to have a website. It got taken down because my old host didn't even tell me, didn't bill me, and they just took it down. Pretty fucked up, right? Well, I'm in the process of making a new one, and it's going to be better. I'm making shrines for games, which will be total, comprehensive Bits and Glory retrospectives on them. Let's plays, reviews, you know, unboxings, challenge runs, potentially walkthroughs, things like that. So, stay tuned. Where shall we go next? I think what I'll do is I'll save these games for last. Hopefully you don't see them. There we go. I'll get to the strategy guys after this. This is an interesting pickup. So you guys know that I like collecting complete in box these days. A few of the things on my list I'm settling for card only, mostly because of price. Like, for example, Castlevania Bloodlines for my birthday. I was fine with getting card only just because it was like half the price of complete in box, basically. And it's not an RPG, obviously, so. But this is a Nintendo game that I've been meaning to get for quite some time. I don't think that this came with the manual. No, I do want to get the manual still. But this is a former rental. And that is Maniac Mansion on the NES, which is one of those point-and-click games, Lucasfilms. Probably, shit, what other games did they make? I can't remember off the top of my head. But I want to say, like, they didn't make them, I don't think. They could have. But it's games similar to that of, like, Police Quest and King's Quest and stuff like that. But this has a darker atmosphere to it, but also comedy. It's like a dark comedy. Why is there a chainsaw in the kitchen? But anyways, the reason why I bought this was the price of a normal cartridge, like the going rate on eBay. I got this on Mercari, and I bought it because I thought it was pretty cool. You know, it's not in a real case. It's obviously hard plastic, but the box that's in here is actually the real box. So a lot of times back in the day, video stores would, God forbid, chop up boxes and put them inside of hard cases. Fucked up to think about, right? You'll be chopping up like Dragon Warrior 4 and putting it up into a hard case, but I think it's pretty cool once in a while to have this type of stuff. Obviously, I don't really like condone that or like that because it ruins the history. But in some instances with this, the same price as a cartridge, fuck yeah, I'll grab that right away without even thinking. So pretty cool. I'd like to get the instruction manual at some point, and then it'll be complete. I would say it's like 95% complete, right? Alright, so we got four more games left and a bunch of strategy guides, so we'll get to the strategy guides. Now, I don't know if you guys really enjoy the strategy guides as much as I do, but I love collecting strategy guides. I'm not super particular when it comes to condition, which you will see, especially if guides are hard to come by. And this one currently is really hard to come by as far as like good prices go because of a current release, or recent release on the Switch, and I think other platforms as well, and that's Chrono Cross. This is for the PS1 version. It's the original Brady Games guide. Now, I got this for about $20 to $30 lower than the going rate on eBay because it is water damaged. As you can see here, there's some rippling going on, but everything is intact. Now, like, the worst of like the damage is basically stuff like this. Can you guys even really see it on the camera? Granted, yeah, there it is. See, like, off that reflection? A little bit of rippling, but the spine is fully intact. All the pages are fully intact. There's very minor staining, you know, towards the end here. You can see it's like a different color white with a little outline. But people were trying to get like $70, $80, $90, $100 for this freaking guide. Now, I was a little upset because I could have sworn that I had this at some point, and I think that I did, and I think I let my parents sell it, but whatever. Water under the bridge, right? Happy to add it back, happy to get it for a good price. And as you guys know, when I get to my RPGs, I'm always utilizing these guides because 1, they're great to look at, 2, it's a piece of history, and 3, I'm an idiot and it will lead me along to victory. So glad to add that to the collection. I'll drop that down below. Next, we got a pretty good price on this. This seems to be a somewhat rare strategy guide. I don't want to say that it's like immaculately rare, like you'll never fucking find it, but for the price that I got it, really good. Really good compared to what's on there. The reason why I say it's rare is it seems like most of the ones that appear on Amazon, eBay, so on and so forth are very, very, very pricey. And I got this for almost about half price. Now, the only thing that I will say, there's a pull-out chart that comes with it. I believe that it's been pulled out. Has it been pulled out? Yes, it has. And it's got a little tear in it, but it's still there. So that's always good. I think I bumped into my microphone. And that is Dragon Warrior Monsters, which recently appeared in a poll. It lost. I think I finished second. I will be getting to it at some point. Even if it doesn't win a poll, I will strong arm you guys and play it. Oh shit, did I spoil it? I spoiled it. Oh well, I'll get... You probably assume that I have the game, right? Anyway. So obviously you guys know I love the Dragon Warrior series. I love Pokemon as well. And I've never played this game before. Apparently if you like both, you'll love this. It's pretty much Pokemon inside of a Dragon Warrior Dragon Quest universe. And it came with the monster pullout chart, which I guess I'll just show you guys real quick. Looks like it's pretty boring actually, but it's got a little tear at the top right there, but surprisingly a lot of the other more expensive listings didn't even have the chart at all, so I am certainly happy to add that, and I will gladly be utilizing that because with Pokemon type games, especially Dragon Warrior Monsters, I know nothing. Like, I can fire up a modern Pokemon game, and if some Pokemon are in it, you know, in it from generation 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, I'll know about them. I'll know that they're good. I have no idea what's good and what's bad in here, and your boy doesn't have time to sit around and tinker for fucking 40 hours to figure out what monsters are good for my party. But very happy to add that to the collection, obviously. Next is another strategy guide that I've had my eyes on for quite some time, but again, the prices have been outrageous. Until this one. I was at work. I get to work super early when I get into the office, and I was perusing eBay at like 8:30 in the morning. And this popped up, and the price I was like, I had to double take. I couldn't believe how cheap it was. Now, not perfect. There's a little tear on the front cover, but as far as like the condition of it, other than some minor bends and tears, everything is good, the spine's good, and I'm happy with it. And that is the dual pack strategy guide for Golden Sun and Golden Sun: The Lost Age. This is Golden Sun never wins the polls, which is very weird because a lot of people that subscribe to my channel subscribed because of my Shining Force content. So you would think that people that like that would want to see Golden Sun, but I guess not. I will be getting to it at some point. Golden Sun is a game that I played when I was in high school. I want to say sophomore or junior year. It might have been freshman. You know, I think it was freshman year. But I was playing it during football training camp. And I remember I played it for about maybe 15 hours. Then training camp started. And for those of you in the know, Pennsylvania high school football, you know, back in the day, you're talking 3 days. I was dead to the world until training camp was over. I was so fucking tired every time I got home. Then school starts. Got lost in the shuffle. I never beat it. Obviously, if I never beat the first, I'm not going to skip to the second. I actually already have a strategy guide for the second, but for some reason, to my knowledge, they never released a single strategy guide just for the first game. Unfortunately, they had to combine it into two, and it's a pretty pricey guide usually, but I got this for a wonderful price. I couldn't believe it. I pressed buy right away, didn't even think about it. So happy to add that as well, because I'm definitely getting to those games on the channel. Going back to the Dragon Warrior Dragon Quest franchise. Dragon Warrior 7. Which is good because I don't believe that my copy of Dragon Warrior 7 has the manual, unfortunately. So this will probably have to do until I can find a cheap copy of that. Not really going to go out of my way to get that until it's game time, so to speak, and we got quite a ways away until we get the Dragon Warrior 7. This was a pretty good price. For a while when I was looking for this, everything seemed to be in a certain range, and then when I found this was about 20 bucks below that range. And then I noticed recently that it seems like the price has kind of been going down to around what I bought it for, but at the time it was a good buy. And I mean, I'm gonna get to it at some point, so might as well have it, right? Love these things, and happy to add this to the collection as well. Ooh, now these next two guides. These are ones that I've had my eye on for quite some time, and I'm actually gonna go in reverse order. So the one has been pretty easy to find. I was just having trouble finding a good price for it. The other one, I was having a hell of a time finding it at all, and when I did, the price was outrageous. And then one day, before work, found it on eBay, and the price was like, what? I had to double take. That was another, like, I clicked buy so fast I don't even know what happened, but I'll get to the other one first. It was a little bit easier to find, a little bit cheaper. And that's Kingsfield 2, Prima's unauthorized game secret guide. Now, I think that there is an official Kingsfield 2 guide. Now, that one's like really rare. I think I've seen like one copy of it in the last like 4 months appear on the internet, so I'm like, fuck it, I'm not even gonna bother. So obviously, you guys can kind of see, like black and white and stuff. Not the best, but when it comes to the Kingsfield games, they can be a little bit cryptic here and there, so I really wanted to get these strategy guides for it. This is Kingsfield 3, technically, so happy to add that to the collection. I already have the Ancient City, which is Kingsfield 4, for PS2. So I saw this pop up, price was pretty good, and I'm like, alright, I gotta do it. But this one, holy moly, I was so happy to find it. It's another unauthorized guide, but like the other copies that I found for this were like $100, $115, $120. This was more than half of that. I want to say I got this for like 40 or 50 bucks or something, just being transparent. When I saw it, I was like, fuck that, I'm buying it. Like, I'm not waiting anymore. Because I do want to get the Kingsfield before the end of the year, 100%. I don't know if I'm going to get the Kingsfield 2 and the Ancient City, aka 4. But I want to get to this one before the end of the year, so really wanted to get the strategy guide for it. I'm going to assume it's in a, whatchamacall? Yeah. What do they call it? Fucking, you know, the cardboard backer. I need to do that, by the way, for a lot of my guides. I have been really lazy with that lately, and it keeps them, you know, from bending and all that type of stuff in case they fall over or have stuff stacked on them, which they clearly do back over here. A lot of those aren't in protective cases. Oh, that's bad on me, but anyway. Yeah, I got this for $49.49, so I was correct. I just saw it has the thing on the back. It's probably black and white like the other one, but dude, when this shit popped up, every other one that I saw, I'm telling you, was like $100+ or not even there at all. Instant buy. So that's the end of the guides, and we have 4 more games left, and I think since I kind of spoiled one of them already, I'll do that one first. Ta-da! Dragon Warrior Monsters on the Game Boy Color, and this is complete in box. Cartridge, manual. I want to say it has the insert, and it also has the poster/map. I am going to get to that to on the channel, and I'll be utilizing the guide that I have as well. There is a sequel on the Game Boy, which I do hope to get to. I think they chose like the Pokemon Red-Blue route for the sequel, where I think it's like a boy and a girl, so it's kind of like the difference between red and blue. You play one as the boy, play one as the girl. I don't know if I'm going to go that hard and get both, but I definitely want to get one of them complete, and there's guides for both as well, so they're it's a little pricey if you want to get both guides and both games complete, so we'll see there when we get there, but you know what, we got to play the first one first, right? So pretty minty, very happy with this. This was a good price as well. Glad to add it to the collection. We'll get to it at some point on the channel. Keeping along with that, Ta-da! Dragon Warrior 1 and 2 for the Game Boy Color. So this is a remake of the first Dragon Warrior and the second Dragon Warrior combined into one cartridge. I still need to get the guide for this. The guide for Dragon Warrior 1 and 2 and Dragon Warrior 3 in the Game Boy Color are actually very expensive. You're talking close to, if not more than $100 per guide, so I'm taking my sweet time and waiting for that, because I would like to actually replay Dragon Warrior 1, and when I do, I'm probably going to do the Nintendo version again first. I'm not super thrilled with my quality of the first Bits plays, because it was on an emulator. I remember I didn't have the proper settings on my microphone at the time. My mouse cursor was appearing in a few of the episodes. I remember my family was home one day and they were like stomping around upstairs during one of my episodes, so I don't know. I think I'm going to redo that, and when I do, I'm going to do the NES version, which I already have. I got to do an unboxing for that. I got everything you could think of. I have the Nintendo Power Guide, I got, you know, all the charts and the maps and the handbook and blah blah blah, so I don't need a strategy guide. But when I get back around to Dragon Warrior 2, I looked up the differences between the games, and they don't seem to be too different as far as the actual game, other than quality of life stuff, graphics, so on and so forth. Obviously this is portable, so I think the strategy guide for this will be pretty helpful for Dragon Warrior 2 when I replay that. But anyways, guys, this is very, very minty, has everything that it needs. I think this comes with another poster. Could be wrong. I think both this and Dragon Warrior Monsters comes with a poster, but I don't remember. Whether or not they did or they didn't, doesn't matter. Whatever it is, I know it's complete. I did my research, so take my word for it. Happy to add that to the collection too. As you guys know, I love that series. It's probably like, I don't know, definitely top 5 RPG series for me. And I've only played the first and the second all the way through, but I love them. I love their style and their simplicity, man. Alright, 2 more pickups. This was a box-only pickup, actually, because I already had the cartridge and the manual. It's for my... I hesitate to say this. Either my second or my third favorite Mario game. And that is Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. I did stream this on Twitch, I remember, close to like Halloween a couple years ago. We died, unfortunately, at Wario's Castle, which can be pretty tough. But I did beat the game before. I love this game, dude. It's so unique. It doesn't even feel like a Mario game. Like, it does, but it doesn't. There's just so many strange things. I love the lands. There's, like, the scary Halloween land. There's the land where, like, aren't you in space? It's been a minute since I played, actually. Yeah, you're in space. I don't know. It's just, it's super unique and super weird. I actually haven't played the first Super Mario Land. I need to do that for the channel. I'm probably going to try to do a deathless run of all those. But I'm very, very happy to add it. Also, it's the real box. Not that it matters too much to me. There was like a greatest hits type version box that came out for a lot of these games, and I managed to get this one, and it's in pretty good shape. It's got a little bend here and there. You can't really see it inside of this, but structurally sound and not really too many creases. So happy to add that to the collection. I love Game Boy Complete box games, man. They're the greatest. Alright, and lastly, as I'm starting to get burned out, and I'm sure you are as well. Funny story. This game popped up for about $20 to $30 below retail on Mercari. I scooped it up. It's in really good shape. And I didn't realize until after the fact that a lot of the people that worked on... Well, I don't know if it's a lot of the people, or the company, or what the deal is, but people that did... Yeah, it is. It's by Climax. So people that worked on Shining Force, and I believe like Landstalker and stuff, worked on this game. That's Dark Savior for Sega Saturn. And like I said, I didn't realize it when I bought it. I remember looking it up and I'm like, oh, that looks pretty cool. It's like isometric action RPG. And then the more that I looked at it, somebody pointed out, I think during my Shining in the Darkness podcast, you know, other games that Climax came out with, and one was listed as Dark Savior, and I'm like, oh, well, that's right. Like, that's why I was drawn to it, you know? I'm telling you, these games have that same look. It's like Shining Force and Landstalker. Those games kind of branch off, and all the other games that they made are basically very similar to those, in my opinion. But very happy to add this to the collection as well. I don't actively collect for Sega Saturn or Sega CD anymore, but when good games come along for good prices, I won't pass them up, so. Anyways, guys, that's it for this pickups video. If you've enjoyed, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Do my best to reply to all comments on all videos, and I will see you guys in the next pickup video. Take care.